happening, and we talk over the heads of people. We talk about we talk about Naira, we talk about exchange rates, we talk about the fact that it's a double-digit inflation. But let's talk about the realities inside the market. And today, I'm the chief marketing officer. I'm going to the market with you now. Yes. But first things first, the Punch newspaper had this story, and I thought that I should, use it as a basis, because you must have money to go to the market. You're not going to go to the market with an empty basket and say, bless you, or what's the other word? Assalamu alaikum. And then somebody will put something in your bag. It's not going to happen. You need money. So, the Punch newspaper has the story saying Christmas shoppers condemn Naira scarcity as ATMs dry up. About a week to Christmas Day, shoppers have condemned the worsening Naira scarcity, with many of them expressing frustration over the inability to make vital purchases for the Yuletide celebration. Findings by the Punch newspaper on Sunday revealed that banks were still rationing cash over the counter, while several automated teller machines visited did not dispense cash. Punch newspaper's correspondent, who visited these ATM galleries in Lagos, in Abuja, Osogbo, Makurdi, Sokoto, Edo, Gusau, among others, observed that many of the machines had run out of cash. On Friday, many bank customers could not get access to OTC in many banking halls across the country. This was despite assurances from the banking regulator, the CBN, Mr. Cardoso, that more cash can be released for economic activities. Meanwhile, the Punch checks over the weekend showed that many poultry sellers, local stores, were insisting on cash as a means of payment for their goods. So, people are saying, we're transferring. For someone like me who never ever has cash, if you see cash on me, I deliberately went out of my way because maybe I want to give someone or something. I always prefer to do online transactions. But then, because of the scarcity of cash, people are insisting that people pay them in cash so they can also have something to hold on to. A roadside trader who was accosted in Abulegba, some parts of Lagos, simply identified herself as Mama Sule, told one of the Punch newspaper's correspondents that many customers who want to buy onions are saying they don't have cash. And I don't have a bank account, she says. I can't accept transfers, sadly, and it is affecting my business. Another person in Olowoira said, I am still insisting on cash for payment because I've experienced failed transactions before. So if you have cash, I will sell to you. So if you don't have cash, a Christmas shopper, Remy Arowolo, I hope I pronounced it right, said, I was traveling from Abeokuta to Lagos. I saw cheap tomatoes on the road, and when I stopped to buy, they said they could not accept transfer from me. They insisted on cash, and I wanted to buy them in large quantities ahead of Christmas, but I could not buy them. Finally, a point of sale operator, which is POS, in case you don't know what it is, in Makola area of Ibadan, Oyo State, who simply identified himself as James, said, I cannot get enough cash for my business because of this, my business is suffering. I'm not making any profits, and Christmas is near. No money to spend this Christmas. It is sad. I took the time to read all of these people's experiences so that for people like me who probably, because I heard a caller call on Joy's show today saying, well, I've not had the problem with cash yet. So, I mean, So that kind of person, and me inclusive, might understand what people have to face. For example, I kind of have an idea because I see things on the road I want to buy. I saw this very nice looking plantains on my way back from work, and I really wanted to buy them, but I had no cash. And I'm very certain that that young lady carrying that tray of plantain is not going to accept any form of transfer. So this is an issue. Can we rewind a little bit to just before the election? It's like 2023 is plagued with no cash. Were you a victim of the cashless system? Because for me, I was lucky. My bank, one of my banks, was very nice to me. It didn't, all my transfers, everything, my transactions all went through. And then the other banks were all dead. They were all having issues. But then you couldn't do anything because most people were insisting on money. At the time, we blamed the then CBN governor. Who are we going to blame now? Hi, Mr. Cardoso. Did someone call you so you could listen? Or maybe the other guys who are directors in the CBN. Can somebody tell us exactly what the issue is? Because what we're feeling and what we're experiencing is totally different from what the CBN is saying. I don't know if the CBN and these people who've been sending these messages live in this country. Because you go to an ATM machine, you're unable to take out money. You go to a banking hall, I'll shock you guys. They tell you can't take more than a certain amount of money. You go to an aboki, he has at least ₦1 million in cash to give you. Who gives them that money? But I don't want to dwell on that. It's Christmas shopping time because Christmas is just around the corner. In a few days, on Monday, it's Christmas Day actually. Christmas Eve is on Sunday. For those who celebrate Christmas, because there are those who do not necessarily subscribe to Christmas for religious reasons and other reasons. But then it's a holiday and people want to stock up. People want to be able to, buy certain things and eat certain things. And they're not able to do that because they don't have cash. And there's some things that you don't necessarily need to do transfers from. You just want to buy and pay in cash. How are you coping in the market today? Market woman, call me. Oga shop seller in the shed, call me. And you who's in the market trying to go about your business, how's it been easy for you to shop today? For example, I'm not going to be ashamed to say that I like Bomo. Yes, very take one. Am I going to do transfer for the Bomo lady? Or that fish that they used to bend like this. I don't know what they call it, but I like it. Am I going to do transfer for that lady? Because if I go to the butchers, yes, they might allow me to do a transfer, but if I want to blend melon in the market or afang, because I like afang, I want to go and blend afang now in the market with some crayfish. Am I going to do transfer for the blending? Because that blending is like maybe 500 naira. What do you do? Let's talk Lagos. 0700 993 993 993 993. If you're a lady, 01465 7190. We need to pay attention to what government is not doing, and I'm talking about the federal government. We need to go back to those promises that were made. I mean, even as we speak, they're still making promises, like they're campaigning to us, and we're saying we don't want to hear no campaign stories anymore. What are you doing? Because I know that as much as what is happening in River State is very important, as much as what has happened in those states was very important, it might also be a distraction of sorts from the bigger picture. Yeah, you know how the Bible says that let the dead worry about the dead. Rivers people worry about River State issues. Yes, we will talk about it. But let may we not move our gaze away from all the promises that Mr. President made, like promising to remove subsidy and then they're paying through the back door. And of course, I'm not in any way also saying that what Emefiele did was good, but who are we blaming this on? Can Mr. Cardoso delegate someone to speak to us on Nigeria Info as to why we're having to deal with this whole cash situation again? Please don't tell me that we have too many people in Nigeria asking for cash and that's why there's not enough cash. That's not going to fly. But let me go to the phone lines. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Oh gosh, that line is dodgy.
Hello.
Mr. Chris, you're gonna have to call me back, please. The line is dodgy and I can't hear you. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
The way you're sounding like this, you're not in the mood.
I've not eaten. I won't lie to you.
Myself, I'm hungry. What are we having for dinner, please?
See, I can't even go and buy anything for these kids now. Just to make small soup. Okay, my husband does POS added to his business right there in Maryland. He came home on Monday night and I said, I'll go chop money. My husband did transfer for me. And I'm like, really? So I want to cook now, Marianne. You can even hear it in my voice. I can't even give my child now something to eat as I speak with you. Emefiele is still suffering for the one he did the last time. Please, who do I go and hold now? That will kill.
Oh, there's a man called Yemi Cardoso. He's the new CBN governor.
Man, say now Yemi Cardoso now go tell David now. Say David, the reason I can't cook for you this afternoon is because somebody is not telling me something. I don't get it, Marianne. How? You are seeing your money and you cannot even have access to it. Okay, I wanted to collect 5K. They're telling me to go and bring 600, 700.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
No, what is all this, man? No, what is all this? So if I can bear hunger, what do I tell these kids? Like, what do I tell them that, okay, what? I should tell them that Mika said what? How? How now? The more woman will listen to me. I'm not joking on a more serious note. Okay, people that will come to say, okay, they want to buy paracetamol, they will tell me they want to transfer 200. And I'm asking, yes, you can imagine. Marianne, I'm going to sell market for the past 1 week because I can't even collect how much for drugs that they want to buy. Like, I'm asking myself.
Yes.
And their light was that money is in circulation. The most annoying thing, I've been hearing adverts on radio telling us that all the cash and new cash is in circulation. Marianne, nothing is in circulation for crying out loud. Nothing is in circulation. You know, I don't shout. But I'm really, really angry now, Marianne.
Take it easy. Because hunger they belle, not they shout too much. It's okay.
You understand?
It's okay.
I can't even sell drugs. I can't even. So how do I feed them? How? What do I tell them? How? What do I tell them? What do I tell the others? If me I feed bearer, we get special needs. How do I tell him that we cannot feed you because of cash or what? How do I tell him?
It's okay. It's okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Boli, for calling. I totally feel, your pain. I might not know exactly what you're going through, but I totally have an idea. If Mr. Cardoso cannot speak to us, hey, Bankers Committee, you are very good at putting adverts on the radio and telling us stories. Come and tell us exactly why we have to go through this again, a second time in 1 year. And the NLC is on the one hand here saying, look, you know what? It's like it's time for a mass protest. And I'm guessing that maybe some people will just be like, you know what? We're not sure about the NLC, but do they not have a grounds to do this? How do you tell people, make so many promises, go through all the trouble that you've gone through to be in that position, but you're unable to deliver. And for something as easy as cash, why are we having to suffer for it? I really want to know what the story is. Because I go to weddings, I go to parties, and there are people with stacks of cash asking me to pay ridiculous monies to buy the same money back. And you're telling me as CBN that it is a crime, first things first, to spray monies at these parties, but they're spraying, nobody cares. You're telling me that it's a crime that monies are sold to buy the same Naira being sold for Naira is a crime. But it's happening every day, right under your noses, because you are and your children are throwing those big parties, and you're sat there and you're seeing those monies fly around. You're not questioning it. This is hypocrisy, if you ask me. So who are we fooling? Because really, if we must, as Nigerians, hold you to account, then it has to start with you. So who are the people who are selling these monies to those people who hawk these same monies and ask me to pay a 10% or 5% to buy back that money because it's crispy? Maybe we should start there. Where does the money go? Mr. Cardoso and the Bankers Committee, and maybe Mr. President, all of you, the economic coordinating minister of the economy and the finance minister, you all have questions to answer. Nigerians are not going to take this lying down. So please, at least to buy tomatoes, how do we get cash? Lagos, let's talk a big. Hello.
Hello, Mary Ann.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma. It's Matthew calling from Ikoyi again.
Hi, Matthew.
Do you know when people out of sentiment or any other thing accept evil over good? You understand? You deliberately accept evil over good thing. This is one of the results. Do you know my happiness? All of us, there is no tribal sentiment now. There is no religious sentiment now. We are facing it. Because this is the situation we find ourselves now is that we are hearing another thing. Meanwhile, it's another thing in reality. Mary Ann, I don't know how God is going to help us. I'm sorry, I always refer to the Bible.
Why do we, even me, if I were God, I'd be tired of you guys, because you have everything. Why are you sitting down and waiting for God to help you when you have help in your hands?
I don't know. I think you have come to the high time that Nigerians need to put tribal, religious sentiment and know that this is just group of.
Okay, the people that cannot get cash, are they only Igbo or are they only Yoruba?
Thank you. So we sell dog and go and buy monkey. That is just the situation. We sell dog, go buy monkey. Bye bye.
Thank you very much for calling. Hello.
Your personal
Please, I don't know you. 0700 993 993 993. That's the number for you to call. If you're a lady, call 01465 7190. You can send me a message. We're live facebook.com/Nigeria Info. We're also live on YouTube with Nigeria Info FM 99.3. Go ahead and post your comments on the live feed. We'd like to hear from you. You can send me a WhatsApp message, or on Twitter you can use the hashtag Hard Facts. I'd like to hear from you. Hello. Hello, anybody home? Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Mariam.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening. This is Auntie Love from Lekki.
Go ahead, please.
You know one thing, when we were to vote and a certain candidate was to be chosen over the other, we followed the antecedents of those characters. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. Now, I thank God that it's no longer this is for this region, this is for the, everybody is going through it. But the painful aspect of it is that some of us who knew that these things could have caused, even more things that cannot be taken since this administration enters. There is nothing we can do. Just to be moping. But I know that no condition is permanent. Anyone that is, maybe in his thought or her thought, think that it's over everybody. There is one being that is over everybody. That is God. And they will answer their question when the time comes. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. I appreciate it. Someone here sent me a message. He says, very funny. He says, tomato juice, Marianne. I don't carry cash around. Mr. Cardoso needs to clear the air about this because it's not funny anymore. The Supreme Court statement on new notes was clarified in November, so why should cash be scarce in December? Someone's asking when Richie will be on air again before Friday. I'm not sure she's going to be on air tomorrow. She might be on the morning crossfire tomorrow. I'm not certain, but then she will definitely be here on Friday. Yes, she will be here on Friday. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going back to the phone lines. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Jacob calling from Ejibu.
Hi, Jacob. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, the thing I want to say here that what I see here is an economic sabotage from all these commercial banks.
How so?
I say so because if you have a banker friend or a person working in a bank, you won't be short of cash at any time.
Really? How many times are they going to be able to give you money? Because they themselves are looking for that cash.
Marianne, if you need cash, contact me. I'll give you connection.
Mm-hmm.
But the economic sabotage there is that these banks use it to make money. It might interest you to know that in every transfer that you got, if you receive transfer, they charge you 100 naira. If you transfer, they collect 100 naira. So you're using it to make money, and
no, I don't pay 100 naira for my transfers. No, I think it varies from bank to bank. No,
Marianne, before you do transfer, check your account balance. The 50 naira they are charging you is not enough. There's additional 100 naira they would deduct from your bank from your.
I've never
account.
noticed that. I know that it's just 50
naira. But I use 3 banks, and this is what happens every day because I'm a businessman. If you receive cash, they deduct 100 naira. If you transfer outside the 50 naira mandatory transfer, depending on the volume of the money, there's another 100 naira they also collect from every transaction. So this is the deliberate act for the commercial banks to make more money. Thank you and God bless you.
All right, thanks a lot for calling. But most importantly, this conversation is about you who's in the market, you who sells.
Now, we already know we are very much in the season of double with oneplay.ng. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Oneplay.ng does not plan to let up because this Christmas, oneplay.ng is hitting you with the Jingle Bell jackpot. What does it mean, you're asking? Well, 500,000 naira will be up for grabs on Friday, the 22nd of December 2023. And here is how it works. On the morning crossfire on that day, 100,000 naira will be given away. On WhatsApp Lagos, on that same day, 100,000 naira will be given away. And of course, on the Sunday side, 100,000 naira will be given away. It doesn't stop there because on the hard facts, 100,000 naira will also be given away. And of course, on Game On, 100,000 naira will be given away all in one day, ladies and gentlemen. It is absolutely mind-blowing. Now, to qualify, all you have December and the 22nd of December 2023. That is all it takes. Just by doing that, you qualify to be in the Jingle Bell jackpot. Now, to play, do not forget, it has not changed. Go to www.oneplay.ng, pick Nigeria Info as your station, and play with as little as 500 naira. In a few seconds, your ticket is in the draws. Or you could pick up your phone and dial star 347 star 880 star 3 hash, and just like that, you will be in the draws. Now, the more you play, the more your chances of winning. Remember to play responsibly and make sure you are above the age of 18 while playing. Now, OnePlay.ng is a registered trademark of the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission. What are you waiting for, ladies and gentlemen? Start playing, start winning, start spreading the joy. Merry Christmas.
This is an infomercial. You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. It's What's Up Lagos. 10 a.m. to 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays.
All the woulda, coulda, shoulda. What if? What must? What should? What do you think?
We call it the Musing. You call it fantastic. Mondays to Friday. Keep it locked right here on What's Up Lagos with me, Feta.
And stretch.
Oh well. Start your day and have a good time. Even when you need to clear your eyes. Even when you need to have the break time. It's not tea, but Gary time. Kivo Prima. Kivo Prima. Kivo Prima. Kivo Prima.
Good time moments with Kivo Creamer.
Kivo Prima. It's not tea, but Gary time. Kivo Prima.
Every parent wants to see their child growing up happy and healthy. Introducing Renzo Vitamins for Kids, a secret to your child's daily nutrition and boundless joy. With Renzo Vitamins, your child will have the energy to embrace every moment and unlock their full potential. Give your child a head start in life with Renzo Vitamins for Kids, because a happy child is a healthy child.
Renzo! It's due you December. That means making statements your way, just like the queens of Real Housewives of Lagos. So just relax, because it's about you enjoying top-tier entertainment like Wura, Argo, School Run, and so much more. Only on Showmax. Do You December is also for the young ones and international movie lovers. Do You with SpongeBob, Fast X, and No Hard Feelings this festive anywhere, anytime without interruptions. Do You December is all about you. Subscribe now to Showmax.com.
Last night, George and my picky, they spoiled me with correct wakis. He shocked me as he flexed me last night. Just let me cook so. I helped them smoke for inside kitchen. You helped them with your secret recipe, ba? No, my sister. I just put small Benny stock powder inside food where they're not there. Benny stock powder will make your waki stand out with flavor. Make you try the new Benny 10-gram strip now.
Are you that parent that will give your all to see your children succeed? You have found a partner in Bridge International Academies, a network of community schools in Lagos and Osun states. With your children at Bridge International Academies, they get a life-changing education www.bridge.sch.ng or call 0700 333 2222 to register your children or for more information on communities where our schools are located.
Connection is very important, especially when it's strong, and you don't realize this until you are cut off. Keep your connection strong at home or on the go with Airtel Home Broadband Internet. Get any of our devices, like the 7500 MiFi or the 10,000 router with instant 30 gigabytes or the 20,000 router with instant 100 gigabytes. Hurry to the nearest Airtel shop or visit www.airtel.com.ng/HBB to get started.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
A mother's love is unconditional. Nothing serves this love better than a bowl of Indomie. So, show some love with Indomie.
It's due you December. That means making statements your way, just like the queens of Real Housewives of Lagos. So just relax, because it's about you enjoying top tier entertainment like Wura, Agu, School Run, and so much more. Only on Showmax. Do You December is also for the young ones and international movie lovers. Do You with SpongeBob, Fast X, and No Hard Feelings this festive anywhere, anytime without interruptions. Do You December is all about you. Subscribe now to showmax.com.
Nigeria Info's I Beg to Differ debate is now in the finals. Claire Mika will slug it out with Akilo Seyon Charles for third place. Meanwhile, your finalists, Minanengio David and Mary Uke Ashia, will match each other on two topics. At 4 o'clock, they will debate the topic. Artificial intelligence is a threat to human existence. And at 5 p.m., they will argue whether or not Hamas is responsible for the genocide in Palestine. I am Yvonne Ohaifo. Join Femi Obang Daniels and me this Thursday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. as we find out who will walk away with the grand prize. Nigeria Info's I Beg to Differ debate season 6. 32 debaters, now 2, 1 winner, 1 million naira. Supported by Obiwizi, Hooker and Stover Industries. For sponsorship, call 070-3498-4352 or send an email to info@nigeriainfo.fm.
What takes a plate of jollof rice to the next level of goodness? Is it when it is cooked with no sizzling cubes for that sumptuous taste? Or when you serve it with correct Nigerian salad, cabbage, carrot, lettuce, and a bit of kidney beans?
It's both. Season your jollof with the rich taste of no cubes and serve with plenty of vegetables. So, go ahead and elevate your meals. Today, eat for good.
Babes, I will be taking you to my village to introduce you to my parents. Mr. Man, you have jammed my jeep. Abi, you did not see me navigate me. Just fix it, pay you or call your insurance company. Insurance again. Bros, I don't get you. What? We don't have corresponding third-party insurance policy that cover up to 3 million naira when you hit the car or damage your property.
Shield your vehicle today with the Cornerstone third-party insurance that covers up to 3 million naira for third-party vehicle or property damages. You can also get Cornerstone comprehensive insurance that covers both accidental damage, loss, or damage or visit cornerstone.com.ng now. Cornerstone, the future assured.
It's Pepsi December! And it's time to activate Stack December Music Festival. 12 days back to back on Pepsi D&D mode. It's No Bad Vibes with LAX on the 14th and Ashake in Abuja on the 15th. We unplug with Omalay on the 16th and Stay Jiggy with Young John on the 17th. Then we vibe with Benson on the 18th and shut it down at the Trench Fest with Skibby, Ice Prince, and more on the 20th. We reminisce with Alaga Bile on the 21st. Then we get intimate with a Dekule Gold. Visit Pluto with Charlie Poppy and go live with Shay Vibes on the 22nd, 23rd, and 27th respectively, plus many more. All refreshed by Pepsi. It's Pepsi D&D. That's Pepsi December. No darling, and we outside. Follow at Pepsi_Naija for a chance to win free tickets. Pepsi D&D. Pepsi December. No darling. Pepsi, thirsty for more.
Meals have a way of taking us on a journey. And when you add plenty of vegetables like a ugu, and season with the rich taste of North seasoning cubes, even better.
So, go ahead and elevate your meals with more vegetables and the rich taste of no cubes. Today, eat for good.
You dey find better odd. I be you one play cause over 1.5. I be you one bet. Say both seem no go score at all. Yeah, we get better pay out on. Don't worry, we there for you. Our odd chabrata. It not the feeling show. Oh no, we there for you. Oh, we there for you. You see for bet baba, free with money, bet baba. Cash out the days, your bet baba. We get online games for you to play. Oh God, all I want. Yeah. We get better bonus. Money me not done. Yeah, na bet baba day so. Cash out na sharp. Oh darling, no. Welcome to bet baba.
Register now on betbaba.ng. Not for people under 18.
Mom, let's celebrate Christmas at its peak. I want Christmas lights so bright they could see it in space. Wow! I want a Christmas tree so tall players would have to watch out. Think bigger! Like what? Pancakes stacked to the ceiling, delicious eggs, and a peak milk smoothie. Just for me. Now that's Christmas at its peak.
Because truly, a peak Christmas is Christmas at its peak.
Peak. Reach for your peak.
When the world gets too loud, we think of home. Home is finding peace and quiet. Home is a familiar face. Home is laughter. Home is romance. Home is action. Home is suspense. When you need to get away from the world, home is where it happens. Find home on Netflix.
As you see me so, I belong to the Chop Better gang. Now, why anytime I want chop like this, I dey put better things inside. For my yam porridge, after I don't put my fish, I go con bake am with onions, tatashe and ugu. Con season am with correct knorr cubes for that delicious taste. Because my people, good life na life where you chop better.
Sama all your food with correct vegetables. Come season now with no cubes for that ogbonge delicious taste.
Today, chop better.
Get in on the action with Betano, your exciting destination for sports betting. Enjoy an award-winning experience with amazing betting options, cash out and missions, as well as other features. Join now and get a welcome bonus of up to 200,000 Naira. Betano.ng, the game starts now.
No go do yourself for Boxing Day. We know say you no go do yourself as you sharp. Come jolly with your family for Go TV Boxing Night 30, where boxing go jam music for Tafa Balewa Square on December 26. It go heavy you. Come enjoy 6 Obunga boxing with boxers like our girls them, Bolatito, Black Tito Luole, and Blessing Abisoye. Plus men like Taiwo Low, Michael Amsa of Ghana go battle for West African Boxing Union welterweight title. Sifon Bestie Watts and Said Aziz among others. No be only boxing, no. Music go yakpa with any the entertainer. Nice and nice boy go carry Obunga comedy join him on. No misamo. Na for Tafa Balewa Square, it go happen on Boxing Day. Na 5 p.m. action go start. Get fee na 500 naira, 2,000 naira, and 3,000 naira. Table for 10 people there for sale. One table na 200,000 naira. You fit buy your ticket for the venue. Na Go TV sponsor am. Fly Kite Production come produce am with the correct support from DSTV, Supersport, Super Commando, Regital.ng, and Newsbreak.ng. Where you could day, come make we jolly.
Have you seen the new Mirinda 60cl bigger bottle? It's plenty. It's got a new look, refreshing taste, and the size. You can legit start drinking at 1 p.m., 3 p.m., 8 p.m. Okay, I exaggerated, but you get the drift.
Get more refreshment and more enjoyment from Mirinda 60cl bigger bottle, also available in pineapple flavor. Mirinda 60cl bigger bottle, more refreshment and more enjoyment is plenty.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my Maggie came to me. 12 spicy suya, 11 rishi rishi, 10 rapture my mind, 9 for the low, 8 pizza from Kwabi, 7 pepper soups, 6 sisal snails, 5 fried fish, 4 cocoa bangles, 3 party jollof, 2 giz dodo,
The reason to season with Maggie. Cook the difference.
Wazobia FM, your Chukma station, won't end this year with another banger. Wazobia Comedy Club Season 2. Don't show face. On Friday, the 22nd of December, for Canary World Lounge, 23 Road beside UBA, from 9 p.m. till early mama. Now, dear, una go hear the banger. So, if you miss or you follow us jolly for the test run, where Wazobia drew on the 20th of October 2023, you no go one miss this one at all. All Wazobia FM OAPs, news readers, and our superstar DJ and hype men, plus our guest star comedians, as all of them go
to prepare.
Life evolves, so has pap. Enjoy the delicious 3-in-1 Peak Milky Pap at breakfast. High in protein with the nourishment you need to power on every day. Get yours today.
Peak. Rich for your peak.
Hey there, folks! The holiday season is here, and you know what that means.
It's time to treat yourself with Xiaomi's incredible India promotion.
Get ready for a shopping extravaganza from the 30th of October to the 31st of December 2023.
We've got amazing discounts on your incredible Redmi Note 12 series, Redmi 12C, Redmi 12, and the latest Xiaomi 13T.
But that's not all. When you shop with Xiaomi during this festive season, you stand a chance to win cash prizes.
You could win a whopping 6 million naira in cash.
But wait, there is more.
What's more?
You get 20% discount off all Xiaomi products, plus exciting prizes like Xiaomi TV, Xiaomi luggage, and more instant gifts during this special promotion. It's a deal you don't want to miss.
With the Ember season coming, now is the perfect time to treat yourselves.
So, make your wish list. Head over to your nearest Xiaomi authorized store or visit Xiaomi on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter now. Xiaomi, making every season merry and bright.
Xiaomi. As the Christmas bells ring and joy begins to flow. In this season, Chivita juice is the way to go. Correct enjoyment, cheerful celebrations. In this season, Chivita juice is the way to go. Chivita season is here. Whoever you are, this Christmas, enjoy your Chivita.
Everyone has a Chivita. Enjoy your Chivita this season.
Enjoy your Chivita. On the 12th day of Christmas, my Maggie came to me. 12 spicy suya, 11 rishi. 10 drops of my mind, 9 for the low. 8 plates of kwabi, 7 pepper soups, 6 sizzling snails, 5 fried fish, 4 cocoa bangos, 3 party jollof, 2 giz dodo, and fufu with a goosey.
The reason to season with Maggie. Cook the difference.
Today, we are out to ask Nigerians what they think about John Vent's 3-in-1 chocolate drink. Come with me, guys.
Mmm, so good.
Hi, is it well,
Really nice too. My kids can't get enough of it.
I love John Vent's 3-in-1 chocolate drink.
Mmm, so refreshing and nourishing.
Great. So tell me, how do you enjoy John Vent's 3-in-1 chocolate drink?
Add water, stir, and enjoy instant goodness.
So there you have it. Everyone here loves John Vent's 3-in-1 chocolate drink. You don't need milk or sugar. Just add water for instant goodness any time of the day.
John Vent's 3-in-1 chocolate drink is available in stores and supermarkets nationwide. Enjoy instant goodness of rich cocoa, milk, and sugar with John Vent's 3-in-1 chocolate drink.
It's Do You December. That means making statements your way, just like the queens of Real Housewives of Lagos. So just relax, because it's about you enjoying top-tier entertainment like Wura, Agu, School Run, and so much more. Only on Showmax. Do You December is also for the young ones and international movie lovers. Do You with SpongeBob, Fast X, and No Hard Feelings this festive, anywhere, anytime, without interruptions. Do You December
Visio Gain, my nutritional eye support. Visio Gain, an eye antioxidant effective in the management and prevention of glaucoma and cataract. A balanced formula for healthy eyes and good vision. A perfect blend of lutein, bilberry fruit extract, zeaxanthin, vitamin A, and zinc. It protects the eyes from harmful UV rays. It prevents and treats dry, red, and irritable eyes. It also maintains image clarity, visual acuity, and reduces eye fatigue. Marketed and distributed by Almond Ethicals Limited, a registered trademark of Gain World. Available in pharmacies near you. Use Visio Gain today to maintain a healthy eye.
Mom, let's celebrate Christmas at its peak. I want Christmas lights so bright they could see it in space. Wow! I want a Christmas tree so tall, players would have to watch out.
Think bigger.
Like what?
Pancakes stacked to the ceiling, delicious eggs, and a peak milk smoothie.
Just for me. Now that's Christmas at its peak.
Because truly, a peak Christmas is Christmas at its peak.
Peak. Reach for your peak.
Guy, feel like say them don't postpone Christmas this year. How now? You don't come again. Omo, I never hear sound of banger. My mama never start to the train chicken. Even my babe said she never buy Christmas clothes. Everywhere just dry. So you never hear of Jumia Chop Life season? Yes, so Jumia Chop Life season don't come from 4th to 24th December. Make you download the Jumia app today so you go fit enjoy better deals on top appliances, phones, fashion items, beauty products, and many more. So what do you dey wait for? When you fit pay when them deliver and even do free return and refund sef. Oh yeah, start to the shop on top Jumia so your December go sweet. Jumia, your everyday delivered.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Millions of listeners trust us on Hashtag. Whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories. You know we're credible and objective.
It's Hard Facts with Marian Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Well, I need to wrap things up here on Balogun Broad, but we'll revisit this issue because there's too much to it. Yes, after Christmas buying, there's New Year's Eve buying, so we still need to buy. And for those that they will not have money now for Christmas, they might now have money for New Year. We still need to stock up because it's like January comes with a wind. That wind, it dries everything up. And you just want to be able to have something to eat while you wait for January to blow by. So I think I'm leaving you with some questions that I hope that the Bankers Committee and Mr. Yemi Cardoso can help us answer. Who's going to benefit from this whole cash crunch? And I don't want to believe that banks want us to all keep transferring so they can take 100 naira from us, and so they would put every other thing at risk and cause us to go through this whole groaning again. Something that we hoped we were going to put behind us after the election season. But here we are again. Bankers Committee, Mr. Yemi Cardoso, send someone to us. We need an explanation. It's not going to blow by like the other time. We need an explanation. But I have to step aside because there's some information that Kemi has for you. Kemi.
Season greetings, Lagos. Season greetings, Nigeria. Okay, so Bridge International Academics is bringing you glad tidings. We will be back tomorrow. Well, tomorrow is the grand finale for I Beg to Differ. So you do not want to miss it. From 3 to 6 p.m. It's going to be a packed and very interesting day. I do not want to miss it, and so you shouldn't. You need to plan to keep the dial on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Threads, MIMIEYO, or just search for Mary and Okon anywhere else. Happy holidays, Lagos. Hey Lagos, if you're a pizza
99.3 Nigeria Info, we are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info.